If you're watching this video, it's because you or someone you care about very much suffers from a chronic, long-standing health condition and have been unable to get help until this point. And on this video, we're going to explain to you how your health problem likely developed and how our approach is different and how we address and help people suffering from a variety of chronic health conditions. Maybe you suffer from low energy, you don't sleep well, you're tired all the time, you just hurt all over, you have headaches, numbness, tingling. Whatever your problem is, we're going to explain to you how you got to this point and why through traditional mainstream medicine you've likely been unable to find answers. Most all chronic health problems are the result of stress, physical, chemical, emotional stress on the body. And over time, constant bombardment with stress causes our bodies to break down and become unhealthy. Physical stress is the most obvious. A car accident, slip, fall, sports injuries. However, it also includes things like poor posture, sitting at a desk all day through the week or on a couch all through the weekend. So a sedentary lifestyle is stressful to our bodies. Chemical stress is a really, really big one. The standard American diet, junk food, drugs, both prescribed and illegal, and not to mention all the chemicals that we are exposed to on a daily basis. 80,000 chemicals have been introduced since World War II, and they're taking a toll on our health. And last but not least is mental or emotional stress. Anybody who tells me that they don't have any stress in their life, I don't believe them, because we all have stress to some extent. If you're married or in a relationship, if you have children or parents, if you have a job, if you live in this world to some degree, you're going to be exposed to stress. And over time, again, this constant bombardment of physical, chemical, and emotional stress causes our bodies to break down and become unhealthy. And maybe it's not a big deal to us when we're in our teenage years or even our 20s and 30s, but over time, it breaks us down and we develop an unhealthy body. And what happens is when we have an unhealthy body, one of the things that's going to show up eventually are symptoms. That's a sign that there's something wrong. So let's say, for instance, you have headaches and you go to your primary care doctor and tell him, "Doc, I have headaches. What can you do for me?" He says, "No problem. We have lots of things for headaches. If you have migraines, we can give you Imitrex. If the pain's really bad, we can give you Percocet. We can even give you Botox injections to relax the muscles in your neck." But what is common throughout is you're going to be given a drug. It's going to knock out the symptom here, your headache. But what are we left with? We're still left with this unhealthy body. So 6 months, a year go by, and we develop another symptom. Let's say we develop digestive problems, heartburn. So we get heartburn. Again, we go to our doctor. No problem. Got lots of stuff for heartburn. Protonix, Nexium, Prilosec. So we're given another drug. This knocks out our heartburn. What are we left with? We're still unhealthy because we haven't addressed the cause. Another year go by and we find ourselves experiencing pain all over our body. So this is another symptom, a sign that you are unhealthy. So we run to the doctor, and again, we're given a drug or a prescription. Celebrex, oxycodone, something to knock the pain out. Still, again, what are we left with? An unhealthy body. You're starting to see a pattern here. So a year or 2 years go by, and you wake up, and you feel lightheaded, you start to sweat, and you get really scared, and you run to the doctor again, and he takes your blood pressure and finds out it's 4,000 over 700. You have high blood pressure. Lots of drugs for high blood pressure. So you're given another drug. But incidentally, a lot of these drugs that you may already be taking can lead to high blood pressure. So at this point, what must we conclude? What must we conclude about this path that you're going on? clearly it doesn't work. And if you continue down this path, you're going to get sicker and sicker. So what makes our office different is we do the tests, which haven't been done to this point, to determine exactly why you lost your health and how we can rebuild a healthy body. We start by doing a comprehensive functional blood chemistry analysis to determine the health of your liver, GI, adrenal glands, blood sugar, check for anemias and markers of inflammation. We may also want to look more closely at your adrenal glands. Our adrenal glands are our stress organs. And if you've been under chronic stress, you have problems sleeping, you have low energy, you need to look at your adrenal glands and cortisol levels. And we can do this through a saliva test. We may also check on the health of your digestive system, because that's so important, by doing something called a stool ecology profile. And that allows us to look at and identify whether or not you have appropriate levels of beneficial bacteria in your gut. But also, is there anything living there that shouldn't be? Bacteria, parasites, or yeast infections. So we want to find out what we need to get rid of and what we need to replace. Now, you haven't had these tests done to this point, likely because you've been going down this insurance-driven model of drug care. If you wake up on your 60th birthday, you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of not being on a prescription medication. Most senior citizens are on 5 to 7, on average, prescription medications to maintain this poor quality of health. This is insane, and this is why we have to get off this medical merry-go-round and this pill for every ill mentality. So by doing some of the testing that hasn't been done at this point, obviously we may have to dig in our pocket to do this, but it's the only way to truly get healthy again. We can address your health problem through giving you real specific dietary advice, teaching you how to eat optimally for you. Many of you may be suffering from sensitivities to foods that you're eating, and we need to check for those, because if you are eating breakfast every morning and it's causing inflammation throughout your body, no matter what we do for you, you are not going to get better. So we do highly specialized sensitive testing for sensitivities to things like gluten, casein, soy, yeast, eggs, coffee, corn, rice, potatoes, and a variety of commonly problematic foods. Again, so we can instruct you on exactly how you need to eat to get better. And this alone can make a huge, huge difference in the quality of someone's life. But then we also want to make very specific supplement recommendations based off of the other lab testing that we've done. And we use the highest quality botanical supplements from a variety of different companies. What we've done is gone out and sought out the best products that we can find. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. It's different for each patient, but we want it to be specific to help support your deficiencies and to help rebuild this healthy body. And then last but not least, we do a very thorough functional neurological assessment to look at the health of your brain and your nervous system. And if we determine there are any deficits there, we can strengthen them through specific therapies, chiropractic care, sensory therapies, and a lot of high-tech instruments that we can use to help restore optimal brain and nervous system function. And by using this comprehensive combined approach, we can dramatically improve the quality of your life. I'm telling you that if we accept you as a patient and you do exactly what we tell you to do, you are going to get better. The vast majority of people that we accept in our programs do get better. So I look forward to helping you restore quality and value to your life.